All right, so guys, we were just getting ready to record something else, do another vlog, but I just came across this video that got posted on YouTube. And the title is, Diesel Brothers almost officially ended after this happened. And I love these videos because they're usually clickbait. We'll do our first reaction video right here with you guys. There's a picture of me and they've demonized me, my eyes all red, with a closed sign on our building, which I have had red eyes before and, well, we're not closed, so maybe there's some truth, maybe there's some not, but I think what we'll do is go ahead and react to it for you guys. I'm gonna grab the rest of the crew and we'll see just how accurate this really is. Dave, ready to have some fun? You seen it? Oh! Look what they did. Look what they did to my eyes.
Oh man, that's just normally you.
Seen this?
No.
Well, let's go watch it. One big happy family watching what could potentially be just a clickbait video, could be total hate, or it could be somebody just trying to spread the news.
Did you bring any popcorn?
Let's let her rip. Boys, ready?
Yes.
Let her rip.
Officially ended after this happened.
2016.
Wait, hold on.
2016 to, what was it?
21. First of all, they went through the trouble of putting together a digital graveyard.
Yeah.
With a tombstone.
Yeah.
Nice.
With one of our most famous pictures. I gotta roll that back a little
I
bit.
think that was probably from Discovery Channel picture, wasn't it?
Wait, hold on. Did Discovery make this?
We lost our Diesel Brothers.
All right, here we go.
Almost officially ended after this happened.
Season 2, season 3.
A federal judge ordered
Okay,
the
hold
custom
on.
truck.
This
Is that your truck? Whose truck's this?
is my favorite part about every single hate video, news video, anything that's trying to bash us. They always show footage that isn't us. That's none of our trucks.
Where's that even at?
I don't know.
Georgia?
Dude, literally the news outlets would go to the internet and they would find pictures of trucks doing burnouts and stuff, and they would make montages and then say Diesel Brothers. I've seen like 1 or 2 trucks in all these news montages that are actually ours. That's the best part.
Who's rolling around in the Bone Stock Power Stroke?
Whoever this
Somebody's
is.
done
a new Bone Stock.
That's
Got some black
somebody's kid.
smoke.
Yeah, somebody's
Smoking out Peter Prius.
Well, all right, let's close up this. We're good to go.
Oh, maybe we'll give you some backstory on Peter Prius here in a minute.
Truck makers to pay more than $800,000 to the U.S. government as well as Davis County for polluting Utah's air.
There it is.
Hold on, what's the tuna and crust? Is that a Fast and Furious?
This is the part that I don't quite understand.
Tuna no
The
crust.
channel that put this up is called Tuna No Crust.
That's a Fast and Furious reference, though.
I thought so.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tuna no crust.
I'll have the tuna.
No crust.
No crust.
That's what Paul
That's-
Walker
dude,
wants
that's
from Dom's
the beginning of it
brother,
all.
sister.
Nobody eats the tuna here.
Yeah.
Nobody likes tuna here.
I like the tuna here. Bullshit, oh, no one likes the tuna here. Yeah, well, I do.
I just said that.
You left
He
out.
left out that.
Yeah.
But that's because kids watch this channel.
That's
Thanks
true.
a lot,
It's gonna
Hans.
get bleeped anyways.
Be a
All right.
dolphin. Nobody likes your tuna.
Hold on.
One of the draws to car shows is that there is almost a limitless number of topics
Mustache
that can be covered. You have shows about restoring classic cars, shows about building epic motorcycles, and even some about making incredibly odd custom builds like Frankenstein. They each have their own draw. That brings us to the show Diesel Brothers, a show that was inspired by the all-American love for pickup trucks. What's very interesting about Diesel Brothers is the fact that they had humble beginnings. David Heavydsparks.
Hold on.
David.
Hold on.
David.
First of all,
David.
don't call me by my don't talk to me like you're my mother. And second of all,
When you have the Lorax stash, they call you David.
second of all, who in their right mind in 2016 told me that I could get my eyebrows done down at the Chinese place where they do them really sharp and pointy, where I used to go all the
Yeah,
time.
leave your mustache.
And then let me grow my mustache 4 feet long. I looked like the damn Lorax just had a spa day.
Yep.
You called me the Lorax. We've all been called the Lorax.
I love just the curl. I love that it literally curls down into your mouth.
All it was just every time I take a bite of a sandwich, mouthful of mustache.
It's a good way to diet. You don't eat as
It
much
is.
when your mustache is in your mouth.
That's better hair on my mustache than I ever had on my head. Look how long and flowing it
Have
is.
you seen those videos of the trucks going through like the snow scraper at the top? I feel like that's how every one of like your donuts went in your mouth, every sandwich went in. Just kind of scrape the topping off.
Dude, the brows are so sharp. Look at them.
David Heavydsparks and David Diesel Dave Kelly, who actually aren't
Kelly.
brothers at all,
My mom's
started
name.
a show. that was meant to be a fix-it shop for a variety of
You get
ends.
angry, bro.
Yeah.
They had the know-how, the drive, and a bit of ingenuity to make the shop successful. Soon enough, in their little...
Can we talk about his voice?
Yeah.
It's actually kind of soothing.
Soothing.
Yeah, it's almost like
a nice voice.
I believe him.
It's a nice voice.
It doesn't sound like he's lying to me.
I actually haven't heard anything he said. It's more like white noise.
Yeah.
It's soothing, putting me to sleep.
It's he doesn't sound like he's talking. It sounds like he's hyping us up right now, which feels good.
He's Diesel Brothers.
But we'll see.
of Utah, they found themselves more successful than ever.
Do we want to
He
talk
also
about
sounds
Red
like a
Beard?
robot.
Yeah. I was gonna say it sounds like Siri.
It might be a digital voice. We probably shouldn't even get into Redbeard yet. That's a whole separate vlog.
Okay.
But this still isn't how they went from shop owners to Discovery Channel stars. The duo decided to start a YouTube channel where they could showcase their incredible
Oh, this
powers.
is updated.
They would
Those are all
also
of our new
perform
videos.
various stunts like doing 1,500 horsepower donuts and burnout challenges.
1,500
All the horses.
horsepower.
I wish.
It was a bone stock eco diesel for anybody who's wondering. The bone stock eco diesel made a solid like maybe 300 horsepower.
You're back there doing a one-tire fire.
1,500.
But Keaton's in the back of it.
That's true. That was wild. Is that Keaton or
I was
you,
back
Dave?
there.
Challenges.
Both of them,
The
yeah.
duo even went as far as to give away some of their builds to a few lucky fans.
Me and Redbeard. I
It
think.
was enough to gain a large following on YouTube, as well as to catch the eye of car enthusiast and television personality Jay Leno. After seeing their work and being impressed, Leno invited them to make an appearance on The Tonight
Best
Show
racing
with
we've
Jay
ever
Leno.
Here's the thing. You guys gotta understand, somebody went through some serious effort to make this video. The clips that we're seeing are clips that I haven't really even seen. They are scattered across the internet. Some of these might just be directly from our phones too.
The
So
timeline is so off.
Discovery Channel did
It
a great
is.
job.
Yeah, exactly. This is some good footage. It's a well put together production. We're gonna see how accurate it is.
Have
though.
we ever talked about the whole Jay
This
Leno
led
thing
to
on
them
here?
being contacted by the Discovery
YouTube?
Channel to make their
think so.
YouTube videos into actual shows. Discovery began filming Diesel Brothers in 2015. It didn't take long for it to gain a ton of momentum,
He said it started
eventually
in
becoming
15. How
one of
come
the
they put the
most
tombstone
popular
16?
reality shows on cable television. It went on to run 6 seasons, with the final episode being
Hey, that
aired
was
on
nice what he said. We went on to be one of the most popular reality shows on cable television. Which is true.
Thank
We
you.
were a very successful show.
January 6th.
Are a very successful show.
Thank you. Hey, I just got done filming.
As of now, Diesel
Come on,
Brothers is scheduled to return for a 7th season, much to the delight of fans.
It's true. We're currently filming a new season of DC Brothers, which should be coming out in a couple months, maybe. We're gonna leave it at that.
What's Keaton telling us right there? The entire fist, the sausage, the burrito was this big.
Yeah, what is he doing there?
However, it almost didn't happen. Although the show has been a massive success, there was a time where a 7th season was very questionable. Things happened behind the scenes put production in jeopardy. So, what almost brought about the demise of the epic show?
I'm excited to find out.
Here are a few reasons.
6'4", 6B. Why are you looking at me talking to him? Because this just is a good moment for me.
Accu-
We all talked about the mustache. We all understand that we're never gonna let me do that again.
Well, your mustache obviously is one that knew the code. You haven't known that code since you shaved your mustache.
Wait, what's it about to say? Shady?
Yeah, I was just gonna.
Accusations of shady or disingenuous practices.
What? Shading
When Diesel
disingenuous.
Brothers was at the top of its game, the show and its
that a real
stars
word?
had millions
Disingenuous?
upon millions of fans. Watching these guys take trucks and totally soup them up was something amazing to witness. However, having such passionate fans is a double-edged sword. Yes, when things are good and fans are happy, they can be your biggest
Mustache
supporters.
was like that.
However,
for a long
passionate
time.
fans also have passionate grievances when
Can you
things
go back a
don't
little
go
bit?
so well.
What was it?
There was a
Rewind.
period of
Look what Hans found.
No, who I
Easter
found.
egg.
time they can be your biggest
Right here.
supporters.
Who's that?
Watch his
Earth
face.
Man.
Keep going a little bit further. Hey! Right to the land.
Who is that guy?
It's Earthman.
He was one of the producers.
Passionate fans also have
Now, how am I
passionate
supposed to not get
grievances
excited
when
about that?
things don't go so well. There was a period of time when the show was accused of using illegal immigrants for labor.
Accused.
Cole loves that. Cole loves that. Well, Dave, go ahead, explain yourself.
Murph, let me see your papers.
Murph gets deported.
Hold on, what did it
Hold on, are
say?
you
What-
going to refer to? Are you going to?
No, I gotta go back real quick and see what it said about the fans saying we were disingenuous. That didn't make any sense.
Trucks and totally soup them up was something amazing to witness. However, having such passionate fans is a double-edged sword. Yes, when things are good and fans are happy, they can be your biggest supporters. However, passionate fans also have passionate grievances when things don't go so well. There was a period of time when the show was accused of using the...
So that's the best part about, I've heard this accusation multiple times about us being disingenuous and fans not loving us and having, like, not getting along. But that's all they ever say. There's never been one case that I've seen pop up where someone's like, oh yeah, this is the situation that I had, and this is how they were rude to me. It's always just like, I think this is probably gonna be the same clickbait, like, themes that's been going around for the last 2 or 3 years. It's the disingenuous to their fans, the immigration thing like we just heard. Which, by the way, on the immigration thing, I don't know what they're talking about.
Are you sure about that?
I've worked with people that are legal and people that were illegal. I've never put an illegal immigrant on payroll. We've worked with a variety of different people though, and I still stand behind the claim of immigration's broken and you gotta find ways for people to eat.
That's true.
Find us somebody who hasn't hired somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody watching this probably has it around about sort of way. People cutting your yard from the food that you bought from the grocery store. A lot of that,
whether you know it or not.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Illegal immigrants for labor. In addition to this, they had been accused of using subpar parts in some of the builds, even going as far as obtaining some of the parts by illegal means.
What?
What are they talking about?
Sex
golf?
favors. Were you into that? Is that what you're doing?
Is that how you got those parts?
Hold on,
doing
first,
it?
this
Keaton's
is
our parts guy.
This is
It
another
all
one
makes
that
sense.
I've heard kicking around.
You've heard this one?
I've heard, yeah, they with illegal parts. Now the illegal parts thing I understand because the EPA stuff, but then they start talking about they took that and they twisted it into subpar parts, like obtained by illegal means, and now they're rolling footage of one of our episodes where we met with Federal Tire to build our tire company. So none of this is cohesive as far as like the footage they're showing.
These are some legit dudes. Right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, this part doesn't make any sense. And the subpar parts thing has always kind of blown my mind. I don't know exactly what they're meaning. Yeah, we use used parts and junkyard parts, but we're very open about that. So is every other shop in the world that uses used parts and junkyard parts. That's what else I have to say.
It should be noted that there has never been any concrete evidence to support either of these claims.
Oh, see, this
As
guy's
a
a nice
matter of
guy.
fact, Heavy D has been very public about his support for both immigrant labor and the refining of the immigration process in America.
So you've watched this already. That's how you had that answer.
Equal opportunity employer.
Videos on his YouTube channel speaking on both of these things.
My lead painter, his name is Martin. He's a Mexican. And he's been here for 20 years. And guess what? He's legal. But I've tried white people, I've tried Mexican people, I've tried different races, and guess what? The Mexicans just do a better job for me. Nothing against white people, nothing against other races.
Yeah, eyebrows
They're
were
some of the
on
most
point.
innovative,
His perky eyes, no wrinkles either.
talented people on the earth. So you hire illegals that don't speak
Earbuds.
English and you're trying to find more. Hold on.
Yeah,
Cool Earbuds guy.
I was so pissed when I was making this video because I just read a few comments. Somebody was, I don't even know where they came from, but I was so pissed. This is me. I pulled in front of the shop. I was driving a box truck. I couldn't even wait any longer. I put in my old-fashioned earbuds there that were connected to some sort of device.
You were listening to cassette player.
I put them in and I started recording this video while I think it was like an 8 or 9 minute rant. I was pissed. More illegals that don't speak English to come work at your shop. Fantastic. I'm glad I've never bought anything from you and I won't. Hashtag build the wall. People. I mean, what do you do? Guess what? Illegal immigration? Yeah, it's a little bit of a problem here in the country. But it's a drop in the bucket compared to the ignorance of these people.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah,
From
man.
the spirit when you said that.
I should have dropped my earphones.
Drop my.
For the idea that he has used illegal parts, nothing proving that claim has ever come to light.
The clips they use don't make any
Yes, the
sense.
French
just
share a love
repeated
for
that.
shopping for parts at junkyards. There's no telling what history these parts have, where they came from, who they originally belonged to, or how they ended up in the junkyard. It's quite possible that there may be a few things that ended up on their trucks which shouldn't have.
What in the hell are they alluding to? They're showing pictures of trucks that we're building, asking where did these parts come from? Who had them before? Why did they end up in the junkyard? Did you not
What if a
understand the
Mexican
automotive?
owned them and they took them to the junkyard.
If an illegal
and then you
immigrant
bought them,
took them to the junkyard
sold
illegally,
them. Yep.
and then
Yep.
I bought them, and they had been used in a crime before I bought them.
Right. It all makes
That would
sense.
make more sense.
Because those all
You
the
disgust me.
all the parts they're showing here, you know, we got.
Guys, I don't even know what an illegal part is, other than like stuff that's like anti-emissions components. Certainly, parts being sold at junkyards aren't illegal parts because they were certified to be on a vehicle at some point in the first place. And when a vehicle ends up at the junkyard, somebody who's usually done with that vehicle, so we're usually just repurposing. It's called recycling, actually. It's actually very good for the environment.
I feel like I got a great deal on those lift wheels and shocks and tires.
They have
Many
35
fans said their patriotism was not real. If there's one thing that can be said about Heavy D and Diesel Dave, it's that they have a strong sense of patriotism.
Thank you.
They prided themselves of being the all-American good old boys. As such, that is a big part of the fan base that they attracted. But if there's one thing you can count on from these types of fans, it's that they will stick by their all-American values, sometimes to a fault. One of the various companies that the show works with is the US-based tire company Patriot Tires, which special.
Is that there?
Well, yeah. We'll let them talk.
Specializes in producing the particular type of tires they require, because according to the duo, there are many tire suppliers that cannot meet their demands. However, Patriot Tires, whose main selling point is being an American tire supplier, hides a little secret. Their tires are all made in Taiwan and shipped to the US.
Unbelievable.
It's not a secret. We did like 2 full episodes of Discovery Channel Diesel Brothers, bringing in Federal Tire from Taiwan, telling them, hey, we want to make tires, but nobody in the States will make tires with us. Will you make tires for us? And they said, yeah, we'll make tires. We showed the whole thing. It wasn't a secret. Patriot Tires was not a company that we partnered with. It's a company that we formed from like blood, sweat, and tears from scratch. And we literally did the impossible of developing a new tire company that became very popular. It's not as easy as it looks. It's easier now because there's a bunch of Chinese tires, but these were really, really quality tires made by Federal Tire. So we're going to probably do a separate vlog on what happened to Patriot because it's a story. It is just awful. And it's no longer our company. But we were never secretive about it. We told the whole world where they were made. We're a proud American company. And when we developed Patriot Tires was a very proud American company that told everybody that we were bringing in the best quality tire we could from Taiwan and selling it in the US. And people who bought Patriot Tires loved them. It was a great quality tire, way better than Chinese tires. Don't confuse Taiwan with China because they're 2 very, very different worlds. Taiwan is known for creating very high quality products. So I don't know why they talk about that being a secret. And so is anybody who buys a foreign product
Illegal.
not patriotic?
It's illegal too.
And you're an illegal immigrant if you do
Illegal
that?
immigrant if you
So
buy.
our phone, so everybody
It's
with
all
an iPhone,
illegal. All illegal.
Kill me.
you're an illegal, unpatriotic American. It's too bad.
What's more is that it isn't another company that makes them. The Patriot Tires company actually has a factory in Taiwan. It is from this factory that all of their tires are made and shipped. So although the company itself was founded in America, the goods are far from American made, which is the opposite of what their marketing pitch is based on.
Not true. We never, ever, ever once said that the tires were made in the USA. We worked really hard and eventually were able to bring the manufacturing to the United States with our second tire company that we had to come up with, which was Legion Tires, which was made by Cooper here in the US. And our goal was always to try to get manufacturing in the US, but we never said that we was in the first place.
Yeah.
Now, it would be easy to see exactly why this would generate such a negative reaction when so many of the viewers have that strong sense of patriotism that the show portrays. When these things came to light, various blogs and online forums lit up and painted the show as disingenuous and hypocritical. On one hand, as we have seen with numerous other reality television shows, being called disingenuous is a common occurrence. Few reality shows these days are actually based in reality anyways, right? However, it's quite another thing to be labeled as being the opposite of what you stand for on the show. The show had a lawsuit filed against them for violating the Clean Air
This is what I thought it was
Act.
going to be about.
Diesel Brothers made a name for itself by going completely
Wait, hold
overboard.
on. Oh, look at that. They got actual court documents there. That's not just stock images. Reed Czar's the guy who sued us. Look at that. This was, okay. So we're going to do a separate video on the lawsuit as well. In fact, we've been working on that. It's going to be coming out really soon to give all the facts and all the details. But I will tell you that this was a pretty bullshit move. we were right in the middle of dealing with like losing our Patriot Tire company, which is super like devastating for us because it was a big investment, a big loss. And we got on a plane. We were going to for like our final meeting to see if we could save it. And we got this email that said, "Hey, by the way, you thought you should see this press release before it goes out in 30 minutes." And that was us notifying us of being sued. Like that was how we found out. We found out by the stupid press release, and then they sent the documents. It was insane. Like this group that sued us did it 100% for the publicity. They didn't do it for the clean air in Utah. I'll tell you that right now. They do not care because every effort we made to try to resolve this with them was focused on cleaning up the air in Utah, and they just kept it going because they kept on getting press releases like this one. So that's going to be in a separate video. We'll talk all about that one, but I'm sure that's probably what they're going to ramble on about here for the next few minutes.
With many of their custom builds. These included everything from outlandish design features to internal tweaks to the vehicles, which made them perform much differently.
That's the doctor, the main doctor.
Oh, that was?
The main henchman from the leader of the UPHE, Dr. Brian Munch or something like that.
That was him?
Yeah, that was him being interviewed wearing a mask outside for some reason before COVID was a thing, yeah.
However, some of these modifications ended up coming back to haunt them, to the tune of an $850,000 fine.
Now that is true. That's true. So it's paused right here where it shows the fine plus the 10% will go to Davis County. That's what we're fighting. Is we were trying to clean up the air here because we took responsibility for our accusations. The things that we were accused of, we ended up being guilty of like a very small fraction of them, like small fraction, like literally like 20 trucks or something like that. And the fine is huge. So you guys got to understand one thing. We were not sued by the EPA or the government or the state of Utah or any agency. We were sued by a private group of doctors who's notorious for suing anybody and everybody for pollution. They sue refineries, they sue all these different companies because they like the press and the headlines. And I think ultimately they're trying to clean up the air in Utah, which I can appreciate. I'm actually on the same page with them when it comes to, I love clean air in Utah. I want clean air in Utah. I was against diesel, smoking your diesel truck and all that kind of stuff. For like half a year, 6 months into business, we realized, we probably shouldn't do this. So we changed our act long before these guys got involved. But they caught us on a bunch of technicalities, which ultimately just ended up sucking. So there is an appeal that's been filed. We're supposed to hear back on the result any day now on what the appellate court thinks about this judgment. So there's a chance it goes down, there's a chance it stays the same. Ultimately, the $850,000 fine was ridiculous because it says 10% stays here in Davis County to fix the air. It's going to go to the emissions pollution center maybe. So it's $85,000 that'll stay here. And the rest of that money goes to the Treasury in Washington not to help the air in Davis County. So $770,000 is going to be going to Washington for no apparent reason, which is insane to me.
In 2016, a Utah...
They keep showing this damn truck, this stupid white truck blowing smoke.
Is that the only burnout that's ever been done?
I guess so, because that's what they
Don't
just
we have
kept on
cool
picking
burnouts
up
they
on.
could have used?
Yeah, advocacy group called Utah...
Well, we had our 1,500 horsepower donut
15,
burnout, but it was... So I guess they used that one.
Can we make
It's
one?
for a healthy environment.
Yeah, we should.
Filed a civil lawsuit against the diesel
that?
makers, saying that they engaged in significant, repeated, and ongoing violations of federal law by modifying vehicles to create black smoke from the exhaust system.
Peter Prius, everybody.
That was Peter.
We had a video that...
Bold video.
That was a bold video. It was old and bold. It was like 2014, and it was actually done by a guy who used to work for us that hasn't worked with the company in a long time, in conjunction with Cole here. He basically just asked Cole to be in a video with him, called him Peter Prius. He was driving a Prius, and then he jumped in one of our giveaway trucks and drove past him and smoked him out.
He made me carry
A tree.
a blue spruce in my lap.
We're gonna see if we can find footage. I think we've deleted all those videos. I think they're still kicking around somewhere.
I still have the
We deleted them from all of our channels.
I guarantee he's got it saved on his cloud right now.
But here's the thing, that's the dumb stuff that got us, because our company technically produced that, but that video was done 3 months after we became a business, and it wasn't done by any of the big decision makers. It was done by somebody who quickly was removed from the company, but we have to take full accountability for it because it was done under our watch. But just so we're all on the same page, it's not a video that I don't think I even agreed with it. I think I hated it.
Yeah.
From like day one.
Well, I was told you guys would be there.
Yeah. That's before you even worked for the company.
Yeah.
You were just in the office next door.
Yeah, I was in the office next door.
They were able to prove this because the group actually bought a modified truck that had been modified by Diesel Brothers.
The majority of what's in question here in this law. So here's the best thing about that. In the lawsuit, the doctors went out and bought a truck that we had resold. Okay, it was a Power Stroke. The thing about that truck was it was one that, and this is what pisses me off about the whole case. We got in trouble for vehicles that we bought that were already modified from the auction and then just resold as if we had done the work ourselves. That's insanity. Every dealer everywhere across the country buys vehicles from the auction that may or may not have the emissions components on them, and then they resell them. And under state law in Utah, that's perfectly legal. But they found out that under the Clean Air Act, that was illegal, and they hammered us for it. So that truck that they bought to test was one that I bought from the auction, put a wrap on it, put wheels and tires on it, and sold it. Didn't touch the deletes, didn't touch the engine, and then they tested it, and we took the heat for whoever. I think it came from Canada, actually. It was a Canadian truck, which is just mind-blowing to me. You got Peter Prius there?
No, I've never seen this.
Dude, this is bad.
Crank it.
This makes me so uncomfortable. Why is this still?
It's on YouTube.
It's not on our YouTube.
Look at you, man.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
And it was the blue screws.
You should be absolutely ashamed.
I can't even see you in that. Like, that's not you at all.
No.
You guys went to a nursery and bought a small tree for this
Jared?
video.
Didn't say it.
You said it.
And he chose the hill right by the Capitol.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, you didn't even see the truck.
just saw some smoke.
Hey man, I was paid for my acting.
We killed it.
Acting services rendered.
Absolutely killed it. That video, it was done in our company, and I can't deny that it was, but I wasn't a part of it. None of us were a part of it. Cole wasn't part of the company when he was
I was a
part
real
of it.
estate agent next door.
I've hated that video ever since it came out.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
still on YouTube because there's a separate Diesel Sellers channel that's called Diesel Sellers, but it's not really ours. It's run by somebody who's not part of the company, and they won't delete the footage. We've been trying to get them to delete it. They won't delete it. But that video is one that really pissed the doctors off and pissed the environmentalists off and made it look like we were out there saying we hate the trees and we hate the environment. And it's just like one dumb little thing that we let slip through the cracks that we weren't, none of us were even involved in. Ended up becoming a big, like, they used that in the court. They played it for the judge. Like, it's such bullshit.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
David Heavydsparks points out the diesel particulate filter that helps prevent black pollutants from coming out of the tailpipe.
Tests were done on the emissions, and it was found that the truck produced 36 times the pollutants
so much
and 21
stuff.
times the particulate matter compared to a regular truck. In June of 2018, after hearing testimony from an emissions inspector who claimed that
Hold on, can we just talk about Chet's fuel tank that he's strapping to the
What
back
is
of?
that?
Chet's apparently making a gas tank for a vehicle by strapping a gas can with hoses running in and out of the back of a
I thought he
chase.
invented death.
And I'm pretty sure,
It doesn't make
pretty sure that
it.
hose is pinched shut.
the trucks had been illegally modified. A judge issued an injunction. It prohibited any similar modifications in the future. Heavy D stated that he was only modifying the trucks for off-road use and was doing so under the belief that it was legal. However, this issue would come back to haunt him in March of 2020. A federal judge determined that the company had violated the Clean Air Act on hundreds of occasions.
You had no hair.
As well as
No, I was.
Look at you.
No. So it says that the judge says that we were guilty on hundreds of violations. So actual vehicles that they caught us on was like 21 or 22, something like that, or maybe less than that. It was just a handful of trucks that were actually deleted that they found. But the hundreds part is parts that were sold on our website through a drop shipper, so like an EGR delete or a tuner, anything that they could find was against the Clean Air Act, which is pretty much every aftermarket part now. They made us guilty for it, even though we never touched the part. We took the order and it was automatically processed to another company. That company shipped the part to the end consumer. So we never actually saw or touched the parts, but we're still responsible for them, I guess. But those are like not things that we actually physically did or touched. It's just another one of those technicalities that, since it passed through our business, we became responsible for. We'll talk more about that in the EPA or the UPHE video that we're going to do, but it wasn't hundreds of trucks.
Violating their original injunction and fined them $850,000. This finding was a huge blow to the
Why's my
company.
hand on your knee?
Along with
Why is
this,
your hand on my
it was
knee?
Why does my hand look so big, too?
It's huge. Has your hand shrunk since the day it was on my knee?
Put your hand on his knee.
This is opposite hand, opposite
Oh,
knee.
that's so uncomfortable. Holy, that
That
knee
back
went
is so
so
small.
I think that's somebody else's hand on that video.
Wow.
That's Photoshop.
Those are not your legs.
was a blow to the show's production.
They did this
What
for the
made
production.
it especially intimidating is that the judgment stipulated that there was no way to get out of paying this fine. Even if they would have filed for bankruptcy, the money would still be owed. Such a daunting obstacle created a serious cloud of doubt over the shop, as well as from the producers and with the Discovery.
No, it didn't. The producers didn't care about the lawsuit at all. Discovery didn't care about the lawsuit at all. Everyone was just like, all right, we're ready to start the new season. The only thing that's ever slowed us down from filming was COVID. That's it. Nothing had, the Discovery never once called me and they're like, oh, are you guys going to make it? They're like, all right, let's go. Next up. Because Discovery actually served as part of the lawsuit as well. They were immediately dismissed or they received a copy of it or something. And they literally was like one phone call and they're like, all right, well, good luck. And that was it. Like, they didn't care.
There is good news though. Diesel Brothers has been approved for a 7th season. Even though the last episode aired during the beginnings of the COVID pandemic, along with all of the other obstacles that stood in the way, there was enough interest in the show to let it see the light of day again. Hopefully this time around, the Diesel Brothers will learn from its previous mistakes, focusing more on the integrity of the bills and not going so overboard that they rack up even more in federal fines.
Good to know that I'm still just sweating.
Thank you for watching till the end of this video. As promised, to enter to
It was interesting. Okay, so pretty standard, I don't know what to say, clickbait. He did,
Tuna, no crow.
whoever you are, did a decent job at putting together a fairly informative video. The problem is they used some of the clickbaity articles that were out there, like our fans thought we were disingenuous or we're not patriotic. Like there's never been any, and he even said there's never been any claims, but it doesn't matter. Here's the reason why people love talking bad about us, because it gets attention. This is why the doctors love suing us and creating headline and press release after press release, because the news articles were like, yeah, tell us more bad things about the Diesel Brothers, because it's the same reason why people hate the Kardashians. Same reason why people hate any reality star, because it's fun to talk about. It's drama. Everybody gets involved in it. So most of the stuff that they talk about in here, like, oh, they almost got shut down for this, shut down for that, it was made up. And they even say there's no proof behind any of this stuff. Like this is what you get when you're in the limelight.
Emotional, aren't you?
You
getting emotional, guy?
I'm to the point where
You let the internet work you up? Don't let the
no, I'm not even heated.
Tuna, no crust.
Didn't mean to get you fired up, man.
I just
Tuna, no crust.
think that people should try to find real dirt. Dig deeper.
Listen, there was stuff in there though that I was like, that's interesting that he knew that.
For sure. This was well put together.
Yeah.
Did a great job at researching who we are, what we do. Great job scouring the internet for clips and using, various clips.
Soothing voice.
Voice is perfect.
Yeah, it was nice. So, what do you guys want to
use
rate
more
it?
clips of your nice mustache, though.
I feel like the whole
That's
thing was
all they
clips of my
used was
mustache.
his mustache clips.
That's all I did was big
Bald head, mustache clips.
Rough years, guys.
Sorry, man. We went hard. We went hard.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna do a roast video now.
Please, let's start with Keaton though.
Oh,
But thanks to Keeps, you're on a new.
yeah, exactly. Guys, well, there you have it. There's our first reaction video. We may do more of these because there's a bunch of these videos floating around the internet. Like I said, most of them have the same misinformation. But we are going to be doing a couple separate videos. One to talk about what happened with Patriot Tires, super sad deal, and one talking about the clean air lawsuit, which was never filed by the EPA or any federal agency or state agency. It was done by a group of doctors who love good big headlines talking about their organization.
Would you do one of all your failing businesses?
Yeah, I mean, there's every time a business fails, we're gonna do a video on it. All right, guys, that's it. If you like this video, drop a like. If you have any questions about what was said in this video, do that. Drop a comment below. Ask us. We're an open book. We'll tell you guys. Also, I've noticed that there's this dumb, there's so many scams out there. All these pages on Instagram, Facebook, and now YouTube, they use our profile pictures, they use our display name, and they get, so if you've seen the comments below, Heavydsparks talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum, it's not me. They're just using my display name, but if you go to their channel, it's not my channel. So if you see any comments that look like, obviously you can tell spam from not spam. please report it. Just report it immediately because I've noticed that they're just invading the comments on YouTube. And then obviously, guys, we are so freaking close to 1 million subscribers. So do us a favor. If you haven't subscribed already, you probably should, because if you do, you're going to automatically be entered to win our next vehicle drawing at 1 million, which is coming right up. And we've already given away 3 of my different Polaris vehicles. We're coming up on number 4, and it could be you. All you got to do is subscribe or be subscribed. So if you're already subscribed, well, you've already had, if you've been subscribed since day 1, you've already had 3 different chances at winning. And we're going to keep giving you chances every 250,000 new subscribers until we hit 1 million. What are we going to do when we get to 1 million? 10 million?
Your helicopter.
Helicopter
Hey,
giveaway.
who do you think our oldest subscriber is?
I don't know.
Comment on
If
when
you think
subscribe.
if you think you're the oldest subscriber to the channel, drop a comment. Let us know. All right, guys. That's it.
Wait, I don't know how to do
You
it.
just figured out YouTube. Don't act like you've been
Don't act like I figured out
4
YouTube
years.
already.
You're tuna no crust.
Yes, I am.
Are you tuning the crust?
Watch this, ready? These are ingenuous, shady individuals.
You're not.
Oh my god.